So another day on the shit box. So where are we up to? We've got the guard on, door on, ordered some headlights. All I need to do now is find a bonnet, and then we've got all the whole front to go back together, and then I'll worry about cleaning it up. It's all pretty filthy, but nothing that's not going to clean up too hard. Bit of degreaser and some water and she'll come up sweet. Still spinning out how smooth the engine is. Been driving it around the yard here and seems pretty good, but haven't had it out on the road yet to see if there's any issues with the suspension or anything, but from what I can tell, everything seems okay. So today the plan is to start getting the inside tidied up. I'm going to get all these seats out and probably just vacuum. I was going to swap carpets and everything, but just today, just while I'm trying to get it registered, I just want to do everything on the, without going sort of too in depth, because if there is any major issues with it that is going to stop it from getting regoed, then anything I do is a waste of time. So it's just to really clean it up. The other good car, the other Pickles car, has good interior, which is a little bit better than the one in my car that I'm driving now as my daily, which is over there. So what I'm thinking is I'll get the interior out of this, give the carpet a good vacuum. I won't go too far with it, but I will clean it up. The hood lining's fucked as well, so that's easy though. We'll change that out. Yeah, so I'll give the carpet a good clean. Probably put the seats out of that car into this one once it's vacuumed, and then the good seats out of the other Pickles car I'll put into mine. And then yeah, the hood liner, there's an okay hood liner in the other Pickles car, so we'll get that out. I might not do that today, we'll see how we go. I've got work again later on, so it just depends how much I can get done with the time I've got. So over at the daily, I spent yesterday working on this one. I took off the bumper, the rear bumper off the first Pickles car that we picked up and put on mine, because the rear bumper on it was pretty well rooted. It was that free one that I got, so pretty good nick. I haven't even looked at cleaning it up yet. I just literally just put it on and left it at that, because as I said, I had work. I'll probably end up doing changing the boot lid over with the wing as well. This wing's all faded. The boot lid on this, if you can see, is a bit hazy. It does come up good with a polish. I use just a DA polisher and get it up really well, but then if it's left, it just starts to go faded again. So but the boot lid on the other one again is really good. It's nice and shiny still, so I'll probably end up changing those over at some point as well. So today we'll be get the other one emptied, vacuum it out. This rear seat's not too bad. It might be just the bottom that I end up changing, just because this one has a little hole in it. But we'll see how we go. And this hood liner might end up in that other car, because I wasn't completely happy when I did this. I did this hood liner myself, and it's just starting to lift in a couple of places. I just used the cheap glue when I did it, because I couldn't find the stuff that I wanted. But I wanted the thing done, so I bought the cheap glue, and that's what happens. But yeah, we'll start pulling the other one apart and get into it. And most of the door cards in this one are pretty well stuffed from the dog. I'd say it's from a dog climbing up on the window and drooling out the door. But that's not really going to stop anything from getting registered, so I don't think they're going to pick anything like that. So I might leave the door cards until we get it over the pits. Except the driver's one, I know they're going to pick the handle on that, because it's pretty well fucked. You know, your typical B series bullshit. So we'll sort that one out, that's easy. Yeah, I might just start with the seats and then give it a vacuum. Always have a bit of a scab under the back seat, you never know. You might find some gold, some treasure. fucking pretty disgusting. No money. Just half of the beach sand from Albany. Awesome. So we just got to get all the plastic covers off the seat bolts. It's pretty disgusting in here. I don't want to get any diseases, so I'm going to try and pry them all off if I can with a screwdriver. I don't really want to damage anything. I know I've got spare parts, but the less damage to anything the better. So yeah, I'll get all those off. It's too hard to film. Broke that one, just reefing it off with a screwdriver. But like I said, I got spares, but I don't want to go breaking everything. So I'll try and be gentle. I can't film and do it, so I'll get them all off. So got all the covers off. Now we just got to get the bolts out. 4 bolts. They're a T50 Torx bit. So I'll get, there it is there. Pain in the ass. If you don't have the Torx bit, they can be really hard to get out. If you're trying to use Allen keys, I wouldn't even bother. Just go and get a bit. Won't slip and you won't have any issues because they can be tight. So we'll get those out. Alright, I've just cracked all the bolts with the ratchet. Now we'll just give them some ugga-duggers and get them out. For fuck's sake! Now before you go taking the seats out, you've got to make sure you disconnect the... I just disconnect the negative on the battery because we need to disconnect the airbag on the seat, so we'll do that. Alright, so with the seat unbolted and tipped back, just got 3 plugs. This one's for the motor, one for the airbag, and this one I think is the one that you use to detect if someone's sitting in the chair or not. That pain in the ass one that beeps if you haven't got your seatbelt on. So get that out as well. Got those out. Now we'll get the seats out. So that's the seats out. They're not too bad. Passenger one's actually really good. Just needs a good clean. Driver one same, needs a clean. It's been reupholstered on this bolster here, and also this one in a black material. Apart from that, it's got a bit of wear here. Don't know why they wouldn't have changed that one as well. But yeah, I'll clean them up and they'll be on Marketplace. 6,000 bucks. I will be basically vacuuming a whole dog out of this car, I think. Fucking disgusting. Let's get into it. So while I was vacuuming, I thought I'll give the cabin filter a clean. So we'll see what's in it. If we can get the thing out. Hello. Oh, it's the rest of Albany. Not too bad actually. Bit of dust, a few leaves. No mice. That's a good thing. We'll get the vacuum in there and give that a bit of a clean out too. So I'm about 10 minutes into vacuuming, 15 minutes, and seem to be getting nowhere. It's pretty disgusting. I do have another carpet which will end up in this car, but there's no use me putting it in now, because that's what I was just thinking about in my mind, to just swap them over now. But it's just a bit more work, so I'll have to pull the other car apart. But I don't really want to go doing too much to this until it's registered, so maybe I'll just persevere and keep at it. Just clean it up as good as I can. I've got some floor mats in my daily, so I can put them in as well to make it look tidy. We just need to get it over the pits first before we go doing anything too in depth. But yeah, it's pretty fucking disgusting. Yeah, we'll keep at it. Well, that wasn't fun by any means. Spent a good hour and a half, I think, on the end of the bloody vacuum. Maybe even close to 2 hours. But we got rid of half of Albany and all the animals in Albany. If you could smell it in there, it's quite unique. I'm just going to spray some disinfectant in there just to maybe try and kill some of the smell. But yeah, it's pretty good. I think next what we'll do is we'll take out the hood lining, because that's going to have to be changed. But I've got an okay one in my daily, so console lid's completely fucked. So I'll take that off. I've taken all this off just to give it a clean. Just vacuumed out all the loose stuff. Get some water on it and give it a scrub. Same with all the plastics, they'll come up easy. That's no problem. But I'll get this off, and I've got another one off the other car. So I'll get this off and change it before we clean anything. Junk. Hood liner's all out. Ugly thing. Comes out pretty easy. It's just all clips, plastic clips, and a few screws where the grab handles are and the sun visors. But real simple to get out. Only took about 15 minutes. It is easy though, having the seats out, so it doesn't get caught up when you're trying to get it out. So that makes life easy. But what was pretty cool is I found on the back of this driver's sun visor, they've listed all the shit they've had done to the car, which is a lot of it's done recently in the last sort of 12 months. So good to know. No, I mean, I've just moving it around the yard. It does feel pretty smooth on the suspension, so that's a good find. I think that might be it for today. I need to get the hood liner out of that car, which I need for work. So that hood liner will be going in here, and then the one out of the other wreck I will be redoing in the black again and fitting in that. So yeah, I think I might leave it for today, pack up, close it all up, and get back at it tomorrow.